This Lion fan base, Coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready.
Jameis now on first down. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready. Black 25 behind. 51. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Jameis to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Winston. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up. Anyway. He's coming. Double up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Wait, it in. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Watch the slant. 20. Watch the slant. Check the backer. Check the backer. Gun. Deuce. I get it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Flush to his right. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Back to throw, Newton. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Gun. 54. Mike 54. Push him back.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you. Why? 5 on the 50. Shit, 5 on the 50.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Ready. Blue way. 51. 51.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing, Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 3, Lions nothing.
Ready? Black 22. Yeah. You don't want none. Flip. 20. 10.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready? Black, what do you got? 51. Come on. Stand back. Hey, 25. Check 25. Got up. 25. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
54. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, you got deep? Right there. Great. 54 Mike. Go. Go.
Play action. It's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, let's get there. Hey! Show it out. Kill.
Out of the gun, Newton. And an alley to run. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check. Great. Get it all. West. Left 3. Bang, 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 bang. Check.
They give to Johnson going right. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 35-yard line.
What is
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. Check 4. 8. Check safety. 8.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Flushed out right. He'll take a shot, and it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Deebo Samuel, 35 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that. Because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great. But your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get sixes. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, and trying to erase this deficit. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
White. That's it. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. you over. I'm going to run you over. Let him go. Let him go.
To throw, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
To throw is Newton. And this one complete to Will Fuller. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Ready? Ready? Great, great. 54. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. 26. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Johnson's got it complete. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
20.
Check 13. Check 13.
Switch. Ready?
On first down, it's Newton. Touchdown, Detroit. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Black 25 behind. 59.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
You got it.
It's a gain of 9. brings up second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. And to give this time to the tailback. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 44 yards on the ground.
First down, Tampa Bay.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready. Black, we'll do that.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Let's get it.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the gun, Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready. Black, 22. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. All day.
Now Winston. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun.
59, Mark, 59, off, check, 59. Hey, that QB's trash, let's go. No. Hey!
Now it's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Deebo Samuel saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Jameis now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Second and 5 now. Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Newton escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Check, 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 check. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
20.
Check 52.
Get it.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Great, great, great.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. 54. Rip left, rip left. Set.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And that will be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
No, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
He's checking crap.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Winston again. And he fires one incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jameis again. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
Ready? Black 22.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day. All day. Jim.
Wait. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Winston. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Off the play fake, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Winston now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Gay's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch 8. Jump.
Running from the gun, Johnson. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mike 54.
Let's make these babies. Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton taking a shot for, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Deebo Samuel, 69 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Winston. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, stop. Check. Fresno.
Play action now. Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
65, 30, 65, 36,
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready? Blue lane. 51. Pick me up. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
3 yards to go.
Mike. Ready? Slide 22. I got it. Let's go.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second down and goal. Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
8, great. 20. Rush in. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to sling this deep down, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Ready? 180.
59. Check back. 59, Mike, 59.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Look at 188. 59. Great.
Crunch. 6.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Nice hit.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun. Switch. 8.
To throw is Newton. Dumping it off for Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense. But that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They go play action. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To throw, Winston. And no, it's incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Check 24. Check 24. 20. 59. Mike's 59. 20.
Newton now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will swell the lead to 16. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Big series right here. We go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
A gain of 12. First down, Tampa Bay.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score as they are able to cut into that lead. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Jameis to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Gun.
Check
Gun.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
It's a loss of 8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Three down.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
It's a loss of a yard. Bringing up 3rd and
Go
12.
now. 60 Pittsburgh.
No. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again, because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.